You are tuned in to 50/50 News on the House of the Princess channel, hosted by Princess AV, featuring world, local, celebrity, and YouTube news. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell as I give you the traditional news with a small twist of ratchet. Let's go. How y'all doing? Welcome to the House of the Princess with me, Princess AV. I am your channel proprietor and your host. And guess what you're watching? Look, I have to remember I'm not doing my other shows. You are watching 50/50 News. And I thank everybody that's in here and that's coming in here. Go tell your friends. Okay, share the video. Go call somebody on the phone, text some girls, say, turn on Princess with the 50/50 News today, okay? It's time if you want to put that little shot of vodka or whatever you got, that Bailey's Irish cream in your Starbucks or your coffee, or put a little wine in your cranberry juice like I used to do. Go ahead on so while we sit and get this news. And in the meantime, I ask that you also press the like button. And I definitely appreciate that you press the subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And I need each and every one of y'all to do it. And it doesn't cost you anything to support me. But if you really want to support me and support this channel, you can do so by hitting the join button, and that's right next to the subscribe button. We have 5 tiers of membership. They range from $2 to $25, depending on your needs and wants from the channel. Trust me, your membership does have benefits, and also it really does help to build the channel and for me to continue to evolve in content such as this and other programming that I have here at House of the Princess. And you can also support by giving a super chat, or you can hit the Cash App. We do Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal here. Okay, I even charge a credit card. Also, if you want to support my business, I have my Young Bella shirt on today. Let me see if you can see it. Young Bella shirt. So this is the Young Bella shirt. It does come in multiple colors as well. With the pink, and I am wearing Young Bella lip gloss today, and you too can wear it if you go to royaltybeautybrands.com. And this is one of the newest colors. It is called Gems. Okay, hey y'all, I see y'all in the chat coming on in, and please bear with me. I'm feeling okay today, but not that great. My stomach has been upset, so that's why it kind of made me just a little bit late. I don't know what's going on, and just my head hurt a little bit today, but I've been trying to rest and I'm getting in here. So you guys are in here, and I appreciate my old faithfuls, my old standby, my number ones, and my number twos. You twerking to the music again. And thank you for your compliments. Yes, I was going to reach out to you not today, Satan. I hadn't seen you in a little bit. So I'm glad to see you in the building. And look, before we even get started, we got a super sticker. Matter of fact, I need to go to my channel to see what it looked like, because I like to see the things dancing. Okay. So thank you so much, Bedstar BK, for the super sticker. And while I'm looking, keep it up. Oh, thank you. That. And let's give you your kudos. Thank you for your super. All right. Thank you very much. Cute shimmering letters. Thank you. Thank you so much. As I said, we're updating the production value here and the content here. So I thank y'all so much. Where's my notebook? It's right here. Back of the something fell on it. We're gonna get started. I tried to put a few extra articles in here today because we got some that we need to go back to. And also, just it's been a long weekend, and I know it's so much has been happening. And yeah, my mouth finna be bad today. Okay, so get ready. If you at work, you're gonna hear some few words here and there, okay? So just be ready, okay? Tell your boss, okay? So, but for first, we're going to talk about, of course, we have to take care of home and have local news, okay? So our local news, we start off in Kankakee. That's in it's not in southern Illinois, but it's very south of Chicago. It's about 40 minutes south of Chicago. They are having a surging drug problem. And it would be nice if I shared the screen. Let me get myself together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Kankakee has a surging drug problem, okay, with fentanyl. And if you watch the show Claws, y'all might, you might find it a little funny. They talk about the drug game and fentanyl and uh what do they take? I know they talk about the narcotic. What's the other one? Oxy and all them drugs out there in them small places down in Palmetto. But this is really happening in the city of Kankakee. So, oh, hey, Cat in the chat. So we are about to go into that new story here locally in Kankakee County. Kankakee County, okay? What do we want to do? This one. All right. You watch Claude. And I'm going to get to that super chat in one moment.
This particular county has been hit hard with the overdoses.
Health officials tonight trying to get to the bottom of a string of overdoses in Kankakee that we first reported yesterday.
3 people have died.
Elizabeth Matthews has the warning.
We've been on a warning. We feel this is like a pandemic here in Kankakee County on overdoses.
9 drug overdoses in 48 hours, 3 of them fatal. Toxicology reports won't come back for a few weeks, but the Kankakee County coroner believes he knows what caused the deaths.
As much as I've seen in the past years, that it is going to be fentanyl related because it went down quick.
Fentanyl is a synthetic drug, 50 times more potent than heroin, often mixed with other drugs and sometimes cheaper. Victor Navarez is the operations director for Duane Dean Behavioral Health.
A majority of the patients that we see days before were coming up positive with opiates. We're seeing them coming positive for fentanyl.
Kankakee officials say 6 patients appear to have been together before overdosing in separate locations Friday. Since then, a 20-year-old woman, 37-year-old man, and another man aged 51 have all died. 6 others were revived using Narcan. Navarez is also the 5th Ward alderman and says there's a meeting planned this week to come up with a strategy on how to combat the crisis.
Come out to the streets and promote the treatment and let them know that there's treatment available in Kankakee.
This comes just days after an alarming report from Northwestern Medicine showing that opioid overdose deaths in older Americans surged in 2 decades. Researchers found deaths in Americans 55 and older rose 1,886% between 1999 and 2019.
Right now, police...
Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all too motherfucking old. Some of y'all definitely to be sitting up here talking about you gonna take some drugs, okay? And look who you getting your drugs from, okay? Well, let me say this first. Drugs are bad. Okay, drugs are not good for you. Let's not do them. But then your old ass coming up here trying to do some drugs at 50 some years old and you done lived your life out. What the fuck for? Okay. Why do people? Yeah, you bother me during the show. Just watch, okay? So I don't understand, why you want to do that, and then y'all doing these bargain basement drugs. There's something wrong with y'all asses, okay? Stop doing them. Go get you some help. Please go get you some help. This shit is not cool. And then you're apparently whoever is selling them bad drugs for that many people to die in a short amount of time. Okay. Um, you need some help mentally and you need some help physically. And you need to go to treatment, because doing that kind of shit and getting a lean on, baby, you're not solving your problems. You're not. So, but let's pray for these people that get these type of drugs off the street and get these people some help. So I do want to acknowledge the super chat from Kaylin. Thank you so very much. And she says, feel better soon. Thank you so much. I'm trying. I took the last of my antibiotics this morning, Will. So we'll see how things go. Give you a soul clap, okay? Thank you so much. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Miss Kiva. Look, y'all go follow Kiva. She actually is part inspiration for me getting this show together, the way I do this show. She's very helpful. Very helpful. So, hey, girl, hey. So, the next story that we have is down there on the low end. The university police station, they had a shootout over there in the shopping mall. And I wanted to do this story, and I felt kind of bad because I do have an associate that her father was also assaulted in the same area, and he just recently passed away. And this is a good area of town down at Hyde Park, and it saddens me that mess is going down right there. So again, we have this story here from CBS News, and let's see what's going on here.
Squad cars are just blocks away from the University of Chicago campus. Chopper 2 over the scene here after a campus police officer got into a shootout with a man there. CBS is live in Hyde Park for us. Asal, you've been on this scene all day.
Chris, I have, and there's been a large presence of both Chicago police and University of Chicago police officers. They say a university officer was on patrol when he spotted a man holding a gun. Police say a man in his 20s was walking near 53rd Street and Woodlawn in Hyde Park holding that gun when the university officer on patrol spotted him and a shootout began. The gunman firing shots first, the officer returning fire and shooting the suspect, taking him down. You can see police tape blocking off several streets, evidence markers scattered in the intersection and on the sidewalk. It's an area with plenty of people and restaurants. Police cutting off access and closing shops near the intersection where the shooting happened. I called the Chinese restaurant closest to the corner, and an employee there tells me they saw flashes and heard at least 10 gunshots. Employees at other restaurants I called said that they didn't hear or see anything, but a flood of police officers quickly shutting down the shopping plaza just before noon. Employees have been allowed to leave, but have not been allowed to let anybody inside. They have been allowed to leave the parking lot, but the parking lot's still closed. Police telling them it would be hours before crime tape comes down and the streets reopen. Police say only the suspect was shot in this incident and taken to the hospital at last check. He is in critical to serious condition. I'm live in Hyde Park. Asal Razai, CBS 2 News.
Asal, thank you so much. And of course,
well, I am glad, okay, that they was busting shots and only the person that needed to get shot was shot down. That location is not far from Obama's house. It's not far from schools, multiple schools, and a church is down the street. My kid went to school down the street from there. It's heavily populated. You know, it's a CVS there. It's a lot of stuff there, and it's a lot of traffic there. For something like that to happen in the middle of the day is weird. And yeah, that Chinese house that they were talking about, they got some good Chinese food. That's a sidebar. I would be to think that the person that did that must have some type of mental instability to just arbitrarily get to shooting and kill it. It's weird. I hope that we get to the bottom of this. And like I said, I'm glad that no innocent bystanders were victimized in that. But I'm glad also, I'm not glad that the police were shot, but I am glad that he was not fatally shot. And he wasn't even a regular police officer. You talking about campus police. So he was valiant in his efforts, and I appreciate him for stepping up and saving countless lives. We don't know what would have happened, past that moment. Worse, unfortunately. Yeah, 20 years old. And again, I want to say trigger warning that I am reporting on a good number of violence today. Unfortunately, the more stuff I see, it's violence. It was a lot of violence this weekend. So we're going to talk about it. So if you have a trigger warning, I'm letting you know. But I do try to alternate some of the stories so it's not just violence, 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 violence. But we got a lot of violence today. The next story is nonviolent, okay? State Farm will hire you, and they'll definitely hire you to work from home. And they're hiring a hell of a lot of people, okay? So we do have that story. It is given to you by CBS News 2.
Don't delete your Zoom app anytime soon. More and more people say their employer plans to let them continue to work from home, at least for part of the week, even after the pandemic ends, whenever that's going to be.
I know some people are happy about this, others not so much. Morning Insider Tim McNicholas even found a major insurance company hiring remote workers right here in our area.
The morning commute, that finicky keyboard, your nosy desk neighbor. If you're ready to leave that all in the past,
we're working from home today, as you can see.
And State Farm Talent Acquisition Specialist Myron Kaiser wants to hear from you.
We found that there is an appetite out there for folks to work from home, and so we do have some opportunities that we've recently introduced that will be remote in this environment.
The insurance giant is hiring 3,400 people across the country, including 720 here in Illinois. Most of the local jobs are hybrid, but 100 are fully remote permanently.
And there is no intention of bringing the folks we hire for those roles into the office.
It's not surprising to me.
Stephen Davis is a University of Chicago economics professor who has studied work-from-home trends during the pandemic.
Employers are gradually becoming more accustomed or comfortable with the notion that many of their employees are going to work from home part of the week.
Davis conducts a monthly survey asking remote workers, among other questions, how often their boss will have them work from home after the pandemic. The average number has been climbing since January of last year and is now over 2 days per week.
There's no chance we're going back to the pre-pandemic norm. There's too much has been learned, too many investments have been made in figuring out how to make it work.
State Farm's hybrid openings include customer care specialists and claim specialists, both starting at $19.25 per hour. Among the fully remote jobs, part-time claim associate starts at $17.25 per hour.
I think that's something that we can continue to evaluate to roll out maybe beyond what we are currently looking at.
And they're far from the only employer willing to embrace some empty office chairs. Tim McNicholas, CBS 2 News.
Steve.
Look. That's a good look. Okay. When I was working from home years ago, all they wanted to pay was $9 an hour. So I think that, well, it's definitely a lot later in inflation and what is that called? Minimum wage has gone up, but it's still a good amount of money to be working from home. You've already canceled out the transportation costs. Okay. You don't have to buy gas and stuff like that. So I think that that is a good look. And if it is not impossible, what do they call those? When you have those, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Where you have to, do certain things in order to get your bonus and shit like that. If you don't have that, those commissions and things like that, impossible tasks that you have to do, I think a base pay of $17 is great. Working from home. Yes, I love the convenience of working from home. This is why I work for y'all from home. And I can continue to work from home. It's still work, but I've always liked working from home, especially years back. When I had children in the house, it was great. It was convenient. I can make sure that my kids got to school. I worked in the evening and afternoon, so then I could sleep in. And then lunchtime, I had my lunch. If I wanted to give me a little sneaky link during the day, I could. And then I could make dinner and go on break. And I could make sure that my kids came straight home from school. I could make sure they had dinner. While I'm working, they in there doing their homework. So it was very convenient, and I love it. I love working from home. And you don't have to deal with people per se. And I actually liked my job. So yeah. So yeah, this can be extra. Okay, Jazzy, go ahead and see if the jobs is there. Okay, so go look up State Farm, see if you can get you a job. Okay, so our next story is about a 15-year-old who unfortunately had been gunned down this weekend, and there has been a rash of children, and these are children. I don't care what make it seem, though they're still children that have been shot this weekend in the Chicagoland area. The next story is also by CBS 2 News coming with the story. So here we go.
Right now, Mayor Lori Lightfoot is in Washington, D.C., attending the U.S. Conference of Mayors. City leaders from around the country are sharing their ideas and solutions to problems facing every community. And that conference is just underway. You see Mayor Lightfoot speaking at the podium right now. She's expected to address several issues, including crime. Now, it comes as 5 teens were shot yesterday in Chicago. CBS 2's Mugu Odigwe is at Rauner College Prep, where counselors are helping students deal with a classmate's death from gun violence.
One of the teenagers killed yesterday was Caleb Westbrook. He was 15 years old and went to school here at Rauner College Prep. School officials tell me their focus right now is making sure grieving students are doing okay. This is a picture of Westbrook. We've learned the 15-year-old was here near the 800 block of North Greenview Tuesday afternoon when he was shot. Investigators were at the scene soon after. They tell us the shooter approached Westbrook, pulled out a gun, and shot him. Westbrook was hit in the chest and left arm and later died at Stroger Hospital. He's one of 5 teenage victims of gun violence in Chicago Tuesday. Police say earlier that day, just after 12 in the afternoon, a 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl were walking down the street on the 6500 block of South Paulina when someone in a black car fired in their direction. Both were taken to the hospital in good condition. Later that afternoon, around 4:15 at 122nd and Low, a similar shooting. Police say a 16-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl were on the sidewalk when someone in a dark colored car fired at them. Both are also in good condition. But shootings like these are why Mayor Lori Lightfoot is expected to ask for federal help today. Just yesterday, she outlined some of what she thinks Chicago needs right now, including more resources from the Marshal Service to help find fugitives, especially those with outstanding warrants from Cook County courts.
I want the ATF office here to be fully staffed so they can help us in doing cross-border investigations of gun trafficking. The federal government is obviously uniquely qualified to look at gun trafficking between states that end up here in the city of Chicago.
Meantime, students here at Rauner College Prep are back at school dealing with the daunting fact that one of their classmates is now a victim of gun violence here in Chicago. In Westtown, Mugu Odigwe, CBS 2 News. There's a new law.
First, anybody, I know y'all don't all live here, but what is this? This is Wednesday, I believe. Friday, maybe. Last Wednesday, I was also reporting on the mayor having the Rona. And I'm a little uncomfortable that she's traveling and being around people in a week's time, less than 2 weeks. And she just had the Rona from her little office party. And she's out and about. I know she's wearing her mask, but wear your mask. But ma'am, I don't know what these people out here doing with the CDCs and ABCs or whatever, but I guess, okay. So, but aside that, um, these people, they have no regard for life lately. Excuse me, especially these teenagers. It's like, okay, you off somebody and that's just it. Nobody cares. We're gonna keep moving. It could be over the most minor things. So that is sad that all of these children. And one of the stories I was gonna do, but I didn't get enough detail last night, was even not far from me, an 11-year-old and 16-year-old were the victim of violence a day ago. Babies, babies. And please, y'all, pay more attention to where your children are. I know I keep mine in the house. It may be kind of sheltering them, but I do what I got to do to keep them alive. It's like, what's the lesser of two evils? Pay attention to what your kids is doing. And if more people did that, then we might have less people um, taking their lives because you will be aware of what your kids are doing and also teach them about life. So many people are unfazed and desensitized into what a person's life is and what a person's life means. Let's stop. Let's stop and definitely pray. Okay. The next story. It's about medications. We have a new law that has come into fruition as of January 1st about recycling your medication. So this story also it comes from Fox 32. And let's roll the beautiful bean footage, y'all.
Law that went into effect January 1st that's going to allow individual institutions to donate unused medications for other patients to use. So why is this so important? It's all about improving access to low-income patients or those whose insurance will not cover the certain costs or those who have no insurance at all. Joining us to explain how this all works is Steph Wilding. She is with Community Health. Good morning to you, Steph. Thanks for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
So this is a really interesting new law, and I love how it came about and why. So explain the basics of how this is going to work.
Yes, absolutely. So Community Health is the nation's largest volunteer-based free health center, which means we provide free health care for primary care, specialty care, dental services, mental health services, and we have an on-site pharmacy, which is why we're particularly excited about this new law called iDrop that just went into effect on January 1st. Under this new law, any individual or institution can donate sealed, unexpired medications to any healthcare provider or practice that has a license to possess prescription medications. That includes free and charitable health centers like Community Health, who can then dispense these medications at no cost to our patients.
Okay, so let's break this down to the simplest form. So in the past, what was happening to these medications? Were they being thrown away, and why couldn't they be used before?
Yeah, that's really what's incredible about this new law is previously any unused medication, really the only thing that you could do with it was to incinerate it. So Illinois now joins 40 other states who have a law like this in place that allow you to now donate rather than to destroy your medication and give them to places like Community Health and other health centers that can then dispense them to community members who need them most.
Well, it sounds like it came at the right time, and we appreciate you sharing this information with the Steph Wilding with Community Health. What a great idea. It's always one of those things where you wonder, why didn't this happen earlier, right? But glad it's here to help those people who need it the most. You have a great day. Thanks for sharing with us.
I'm glad that they did this, and they probably should have been done it, okay? But I feel in my heart it's gonna be some bullshit in the game, or they're gonna probably try to circumvent the system to make money off of it some type of way. I hope they don't, but in my heart, that's what I feel like they're gonna do. But I'm glad that they are trying to help um families, that they're trying to help families. There are so many people that are out here without medication, that do without medication because they can't afford it. But I think they need to fix the system in other ways so that people are able to get health care. Okay. so that they won't be making all this money off of these medications that they do here in America, and price gouging and just, taking people's lives with foolishness, and also just the prescribing of unnecessary medications. This medication got a side effect of this one, so you got to take this one. And this got a side effect of that one. And you be listening on them damn commercials, and they sit up there and they be talking about side effects. You might die. You might have seizures. You might you might go blind. But take it. And they got somebody dancing in the damn lilies of the field. I mean, child. Whew, that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go into. But I'm here for the news, ladies and gentlemen. So our last story here in a local news is about a young lady named Tamika Talbert. She was also gunned down last week on her way to work. She wasn't bothering nobody, and she was a victim of violence. Here we go with Channel 2 News with the story. Oops, wait. Let me rewind because I don't have the sound on. There you go.
In New at 11, family and friends remember a Chicago woman shot to death on Friday, calling her murder tragic and senseless. 49-year-old Tamika Talbert was killed at 77th Artesian while on her way to work. This morning, her family and community leaders are asking for any information on this shooting. They're also calling for more community investment and other programs to keep tensions off the streets. Talbert's husband talked about the last time he saw her.
Friday morning, 4 o'clock, and I leave right out the house. My wife kissed me, and we both said at the same time, "Baby, I love you. I'll talk to you later." Wasn't 15 minutes later, her client called me. I said, "Did you call me by accident?" She had 20 missed calls on my phone. And first thing I said, "You must call me." She said, "No, Alfonso, your wife just got shot."
Wow, I couldn't imagine getting a call like that. Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle says there were more than 1,000 homicides in Cook County in 2021. 23% of them were women, which is double the previous year.
I can't imagine you getting a call. You just said you love somebody, and the next call, within 15, 20 minutes, they're no longer here. And in lieu of that, we want to say that, say I love you, okay? Do not fail to let the people around you know that you care for them and that you appreciate them. And some things, are you mad at some people? If it's able to be forgiven, well, everything's able to be forgiven because God forgives us. But if you can get past it, to have a relationship with them, and even if you don't want to have a relationship, just be neutral. You never know when it's a person's last day on this earth. You don't know when it's your last day on this earth. And live in peace and harmony. Things is getting too rough out here. Don't go to bed angry with your mate. Show love out here because we need more of it. That was hatred. That woman wasn't bothering nobody for that to happen to her. So I do hope they find the assailants. And I send my condolences to that family. He has lost his love. Okay. And I can't imagine that, learning to live without your soulmate after violence. So they're working on that story. They're working to find the person that did that. So with that being said, that's all for local news. If you're coming in after we've already started, just to know you're watching a replay, or maybe you just stumbled upon this on the news feed, welcome. You are here at the House of the Princess, and you are watching 50/50 News, and I am Princess AV, your host and your number one newscaster. Please sit down and like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything to support a Black business like mine. But if you would like to monetarily support, I do have Cash Apps right here. I do have PayPal and Venmo and Zelle. So you can request that. Everything but the Zelle is info@hausoftheeprincess.com. And that's my website, hausoftheeprincess.com. I have everything. I have merchandise. I follow me on the social medias, okay? I think today I'll start. I've been procrastinating. I've been trying to write the little stories. I'm going to be doing my little TikToks and my reels with the quick news stories every day as I see fit or as I can. I'm going to give you that. I promise that I'm going to be working harder than what I'm working. So I'm getting that together. And as you see, I'm building up the production value of the channel. So again, I appreciate everybody that is here today. Go tell someone to watch. Hey, I am love, light, and energy, and bring them on in here, okay? And so, as we do that, we conclude with local news. Guess what comes next? World news. And watch, I'm gonna change these two in the next couple of days. Hopefully, by the next time I cast, you'll see these change. If not next week, you'll definitely see them change. So we will have worldwide news today, and of course, that is news that comes all over the world, national things that may affect you, you may not know that affect you, but things that you just want to know. Our first story is a little bit long. This is our longest story that we have. Shouts out to DT and Dita that are in the Netherlands and in the area of Tonga. DT writes about Tonga and mentions Tongan dancing and customs all the time. So we pray for his family and his safety. We're going to learn about the volcano that has erupted in Tonga. And I need you guys to know that you, especially in the West Coast, this is something that's rippling all over the world. And it does affect us even when you don't. I would have played a video to CNN 10 minutes, but I just didn't want to go that long. But we do have another video. I believe this video is from Sky News, okay? And it's going to explain some things about the Tongan eruption and how it is still affecting people here across the world. So here we go.
On Saturday, the 15th of January, an underwater volcano erupted off the islands of Tonga. It caused an enormous tsunami with waves that travelled as far as New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Peru, and the US. Pressure changes in the atmosphere were still being detected in the UK more than 10,000 miles away 15 hours later. Here's what happened. Tonga is an archipelago of around 170 small islands, 2,000 miles east of Australia. Its capital, Nuku'alofa, is on the biggest island, Kongatapi, to the south. The country has just over 104,000 residents. The volcano, known as the Hunga Tonga Hunga Hapai, is located 40 miles north of the capital. Tonga is in the Ring of Fire, an arc in the Pacific Rim where up to 1,000 volcanoes are located. It's not unusual for volcanoes to erupt in the sea. In fact, 3/4 of volcanic activity is underwater. The Hunga Tonga Hunga Hapai volcano has erupted before in 2009 and 2014. But the speed at which magma was forced out of it this time has made it one of the biggest eruptions the world has seen in nearly 30 years. The eruption sent a volcanic mushroom plume into the stratosphere. These satellite images show the site before and after, where almost all of the volcano and the land around it has disappeared. The eruption created tsunami waves up to 15 meters high that spread across the Pacific Ocean. The waves were still being felt 2 days later in Australia. The huge explosion was heard across the Pacific from Fiji to Alaska, over 6,000 miles away. It also sent a huge atmospheric shockwave around the world. Pressure changes were even measured in Europe 15 hours later.
Well, what we saw was the result of a very large stone being tossed into a very large pond. And if you can imagine the ripples from that working their way out across the globe, they're moving at about the speed of sound. We saw the barometer suddenly jumping up and jumping down, and a series of waves that followed that over several hours produced a very unsettled barometric pressure drift, which we wouldn't normally see around anything other than thunderstorms.
Photos released on Facebook by the New Zealand Defence Force show the extent of the damage in parts of Tonga. The entire village has been destroyed on Mango Island, northeast of the main island. The village is home to 36 people and was originally made up of at least 20 structures. Atata suffered catastrophic damage, with many buildings completely decimated. The owner of the Royal Sunset Island Resort on the island said it was fully submerged and they did not expect much to be left. And on Nomuka Island, debris can be seen scattered in the pond to the south. Almost all of the coastal buildings were destroyed. Communications are still largely down after a cable providing phone and internet services to Tonga was severed, and the huge ash cloud is even affecting satellite phones. Aid like food, water and tents is being sent from New Zealand and Australia, but planes are struggling to land, with runways on Tonga's islands still covered in ash. And then there's COVID-19. Tonga has only had one case of the virus, meaning that aid workers may be restricted in how they can travel across the islands, with fears they could infect a population with extremely low immunity to the disease. This disaster has already changed lives irreversibly, and the full scale of the damage is still being confirmed.
Okay. Yeah, we have to think about the world beyond what happens here, okay? Hey twin, we think all that stuff happened over there. It's unfortunate. I hope they get help. You cannot be passive in this situation because there are more situations that are going to happen like that. Global warming, testing of military, different type of weapons. When we have what is it? Nuclear war and chemical based war. These are also things that are happening in the effect of just the way we've been living life for years, and it comes back later. As you can see, that happened halfway across the world, but it even affects the United States. And I want y'all to make note of, y'all need to start, I'm gonna keep saying it. Excuse me, take care of your homes. Have food, have generators, okay? You never know, what are you gonna do without internet? You won't be able to see me in this fashion if something happens and we don't have any internet, okay? We're going to go back to analog TVs and stuff like that. If you have that radio frequencies and signals. Like I said, on my other channel, Princess, if you tried it, I watched the movie Finch. Go look at the review. Go watch the movie. Look at the possibilities of things that could happen to us very, very soon in a post-apocalyptic type of world, or if something major happens to us in a weather or in war. Please try to get ready. If you stay ready, you do not have to get ready. I know that's right, Leo Queen. In California is dangerous because they talking about y'all have one real good earthquake. Y'all can separate from the United States and become an island. Y'all have to start getting ready. You know, things is not as sweet as y'all think it is. Okay, and beware of what's going on in the world, as it can and will affect you later on in your world as well. So let me stop sharing this. We need to share this story. I'm going to have to do some reading for you guys. This next story comes from People Magazine. It is a story I found. It was emailed to me. I found it in an email. An ex-NYPD officer nearly decapitates his mother. And I just wanted to look at this because this is some shit, okay? This is a motherfucker. Things will be all right, Mace. Let's go with God. So, former NYPD officer charged with murder after allegedly using a machete to nearly decapitate his mom. Victim Maria Diaz, 78, shared an apartment in Queens with her former police officer's son, Osvaldo Diaz, 46 years old. And this was published 2 days ago, as I said, with People Magazine. And that's his funny looking ass right there. Evil looking ass. Okay. A New York City man faces 25 years to life in prison if convicted on murder and other charges filed Thursday that allege, according to the district attorney, that he attacked his mother with a machete to the point of near decapitation. The victim, Maria Diaz, was 78. The alleged assailant, 46-year-old Osvaldo Diaz, is former officer of the New York City Police Department, reports the New York Post. He entered a plea of not guilty, and his attorney, Jose Nieves, has requested a psychiatric evaluation for his client, reports NBC New York. The attack on February 24, 2021 took place in an apartment that the man and his mother shared above a beauty salon in Queens. The borough's district attorney, Melinda Katz, said in a news release Thursday announcing the charges. According to Katz, the accused man's sister had planned with her mother to run errands to take a walk together. But when the sister arrived at the apartment and called her mother's cell phone numerous times, there was no answer. Eventually, Osvaldo Diaz picked up and told his sister to go to the store alone. When she returned, she was again met with unanswered calls, prompting her to summon the landlord for access to the apartment. There, she discovered her mother's bleeding body, wrapped in bedding, and her brother gone. According to the indictment, video surveillance recorded him leaving the apartment after his sister left for the store. The victim was declared dead at the scene. No motive was given for the alleged murder. The prosecutor's office says the alleged killer was on the run for a week before he was caught in New Jersey, where he remained until he was returned last week to Queens for his arraignment on a charge of second-degree murder. He also faces 2 counts of fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon. The outburst of violence has devastated the victim's family, which includes her 6 other children, Katz said in her statement. The suspect was held in jail without bail. An attorney who might speak for him was not immediately identified. So, I must say, motherfucker. Motherfucker. That's harsh, okay? Hold on. I got an appointment, so that was a confirmation. Sorry, y'all. You know, we do ratchet stuff from here to time to time. You gotta be crazy to do some shit like that to anybody. But you really fucked up to do some shit like that to your motherfucking mama, whom you live with. And again, this is a person that was here to protect and serve. He probably was crazy anyway. That's why he was living with his mama. Or not his mom lived with him. I just, that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I just felt I just had to talk about it. I just had to make notice that this is, again, people desensitized to life. Do you understand what kind of hatred, straight up hatred, that you have for someone? That's a special kind of evil. He might not even hate his mom, but he's possessed by a demon, and that's a special kind of motherfucking evil that would have you do some shit like that. And fuck you, okay? Not only go to jail, but what we say around here, go to hell, because that's where you going, and that's where you gonna lift your evil eyes, okay? I'm going to pray for that family, because that's got to be just a sickening feeling to know you've lost a brother and a mother at the same time. Okay. Whoo! And to find your mother, you can't even really funeralize your mom. To find your mama like that, that's some hateful shit. That's some sick shit. And yeah, we'll pray for them. But God, have mercy on your evil, rotten soul. Okay. The next story is also a follow-up of a story that we covered last newscast. This is also about violence. Okay, just to let you know, violence of a child. We did a story about a 15-year-old that was gunned down in Houston, Texas, while she was walking her dog. So now we do have a follow-up to that story, which is very unfortunate. Somebody called it in the audience, in the chat. I did 2 newscasts for this one. I'm going to play them back to back only because they're different vernaculars, and they just, one was longer than the other, and one had just different content in the newscast. So of course these stories are coming from Houston. The first one is from KPRC channel 2, okay, down there to the Houston, Texas. Okay, and here we go.
The family of a 16-year-old shot and killed in a Southwest Houston park is one step closer to justice. Diamond Alvarez was walking her dog when she was shot 22 times. Investigators accuse her ex-boyfriend, 17-year-old Frank De Leon, of shooting Diamond. Alvarez's mother tells KPRC2 that he was the first and only person she suspected of murdering her daughter. She spoke with KPRC2's Sophia Ojeda, who is live in the newsroom this evening. Sophia, I can only imagine how devastating and emotional this is for Diamond's family. What else did Diamond's mother tell you?
That's right, Daniela. It's super emotional and devastating. Diamond's mother says that she is thankful De Leon is now behind bars, but she wants to make sure that he stays there, and she won't stop working to get justice for her daughter. 17-year-old Frank De Leon is behind bars tonight, charged with murder in the shooting death of 16-year-old Diamond Alvarez. Police say he shot her 22 times last Tuesday while she was out walking her dog near her home in Southwest Houston. Diamond's mother came out to her daughter's memorial today and remembered the moment she found her.
When I was here with my daughter alone and kissing her, I heard a voice. Yeah, I heard her voice telling me the name, like repeated the name and the name and the name. And when they asked me, I just blurted out the name. I screamed and I said, it's him. He was just angry at my daughter. It wasn't love. It wasn't a breakup. He was angry at my daughter.
Investigators say De Leon was in a relationship with Diamond and another young woman. When Diamond found out, she and De Leon met at the field on Park Manor Street. That's when investigators say De Leon shot her 22 times and took off running.
I want the death penalty. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want him in there. I want him to rot in jail.
Diamond's mother says she misses her daughter so much and she won't stop working to get justice and hopes anyone with more information will come forward.
I loved everything about my daughter. Like I said, I don't regret it. That I'm in peace because I gave him all the kisses. I gave her all the kisses, all the hugs. And I have to be strong. I am not, I can't break right now. I can't. This is not over.
De Leon's bond was set at $250,000. Police are asking anyone with any more information in this case to call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. Live in the news.
No bond. Do you hear me? No bond. The fuck? So they put together $25,000. That boy is out of jail. What kind of people is your children dating that's out here doing this type of shit? Okay, we break up or I cheated on you, so I get to not only abuse you, but I get to kill you. That 17. What's going through your mind that you so desensitized at 17? Here's the next piece of story.
.411. Houston police have arrested a 17-year-old they believe shot and killed his girlfriend last week. Prosecutors say 16-year-old Diamond Alvarez was shot 22 times while walking her dog. Anieli Ruiz spoke with the girl's family today and has their reaction. Anieli.
Well, hey guys, as you can imagine, the family tells me they are relieved that finally someone was arrested. He was actually arrested not too far from this location. Take a look. This is who police arrested, 17-year-old Frank De Leon. He was charged with murder. And according to investigators, De Leon was in a relationship with the victim, 16-year-old Diamond Alvarez, and another woman. When Alvarez found out about the other woman, they say she met De Leon here at this park, and that is when they say he shot her and fled the scene. Her family said they went looking for her after she never returned home from walking the dog and found her here in this park where she died. Detectives say they worked with the community to track him down and were able to arrest him last night. And just today, detectives were back here at the scene. They moved the bears and all the candles left behind to collect more evidence. But here's what prosecutors just said in court about De Leon.
The victim in this case is a 16-year-old child who was shot 22 times, mostly in the back. She was shot while lying on her back on the ground.
Again, De Leon is being charged with murder. His bond was set at $250,000. We did find out he lives with his parents, and the only time he spoke in court today was to ask the judge if he could go back to school. Now, funeral arrangements have been set for Diamond Alvarez. They're set to happen on Thursday and Friday. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Anna.
Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm over here going off. Okay, and I done muted myself. I'm gonna say it again. Okay. That's some evil, sick shit. That's a demon. Okay. That's a horrible demon to sit up there and you don't have no regard for life, that you would stand over a person and shoot them like that. Okay. Not only did you kill them, you don't have no regard for taking a life, but to sit there and do that 22 times. Like I said, they don't even do that like that at the damn firing squad. That is horrible. And can I go to school and go kick it? Go, nigga, fuck you. Okay. Can I go to school and do what? You just took my best friend's life. And that's the best you got. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of, I believe social media is a good thing and it's the worst thing ever. Our kids watch so much shit, everything on TV. And our parents, you let this shit babysit your kids. You don't talk to your kids. Everything is desensitized. We are desensitized to life. Y'all want to go to the metaverse and all this old shit where we don't never get to see people and touch people and have feelings. That's where that shit comes from. It's an evil spirit. As far as y'all know, I'm a caricature. I'm not. I could be AI. Okay, y'all don't even know if I'm a real person unless you synced me. Okay, it's some fucked up shit out here. But he should have had no bond. Give a fuck if he lived with his parents. If he was bold enough to go do such a heinous crime and to have the weapon to do it, the fuck? $25,000 bond? There are strangers that'll put that together. I bet you somebody done put up a GoFundMe for that shit already. Oh, little Frankie. Oh, yeah, you could do that. Adios mio. Oh, my baby. You never hurt nobody. Nigga, fuck you. And that's a kid. Fuck you. It ain't enough passion. They barely know what love is. At 17, 16 years old, they're babies. A mess. Okay? When you shoot somebody in crime of passion, maybe once or twice, but just to stand over. No, ma'am. Okay? So our next story is about an asteroid that came close to the Earth. Okay? Asteroid is coming close to Earth. And this story is brought to you by NBC Nightly News. Okay? Let's change it up just a little bit. That's why I don't do all these stories back to back to back to back. We need a little reprieve. And it's a lot of violence today.
With the bad news, there is at this moment an asteroid the size of 3 Salesforce towers passing relatively close to the Earth. The good news? It's only relatively close, still about 1 million miles away.
It's close for astronomers, so it's not that close for a human being.
That, according to San Francisco-based astronomer and asteroid tracker Frank Marchese, is more than 5 times the distance away than our moon. So we're going to be okay. Now, here's what we know about our somewhat close call. The asteroid, often called 1994 PC1, gets brighter as it gets closer. So this is a chance to learn a lot about rocks in space.
It always has this kind of weird shape, especially when they're small like that. And by spinning, they change the light that they reflect.
And not just learn about it, Marchese says we're likely to someday jump on board.
So we are taking the data right now, so we could mine this asteroid in the future, explore it, land stations on it. You don't know what the future what will happen in the future.
A future where we don't just gaze at asteroids, but ride them, mine them, and maybe even help us colonize elsewhere.
Because if our civilization truly wants to live in space, have stations over there, explore planets and the solar system, we will need resources, because we're not going to be able to bring resources from Earth to space.
I should also mention that NASA has a program it's working on to break up asteroids if they get too close to the Earth, sort of like in the movies. Meanwhile, if you want to see the asteroid tonight, we're told the best bet is to aim your telescope at the Pisces constellation and hope for clear skies. Scott Budman, NBC Bay Area News.
Again, the latest on
They keep telling your asses about going into space and us colonizing in other planets and them going into space and having life in other planets. They're not doing this for naught. Pay attention. I don't know what the fuck these people is doing and the shit that they playing with, but they doing something, okay? And I just want us to be aware of stuff like that. I didn't hear anything. I listened to the news even in my sleep from like 4 o'clock in the morning all the way to 10 o'clock in the morning when I might get up. And I ain't heard shit about no damn asteroid. Not at all. I found out these things when I go searching for them, or I look in the technology and science section of YouTube. And I find out about these weird anomalies and different stuff that's going on. So yes, it's very interesting. Okay, we got a few more stories. I gave y'all some extra stories here at the national side, okay? And we're an hour in, so we're doing pretty good. We're about halfway done with the newscast. The next story is there's a $250,000 reward for a young lady who has been murdered. Her name is Brianna Comfort, and she is a UCLA grad. I'll say my words after we watch this, okay? This is Good Morning America, down there to the ABC.
on crime spikes in some of America's largest cities. Shocking acts of deadly violence in LA and New York have raised alarms about crime, homelessness, and mental health. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. As the nation struggles with a recent surge in violence, there have been a number of tragic attacks by strangers targeting victims that they did not know in two of our nation's biggest cities. And it's raising uncomfortable questions about the randomness of violence in this country.
Police say the suspect identified last night as Sean Lavelle Smith can be seen here in the surveillance video, casually shopping in a city store. Authorities saying he's wanted in connection with the murder of Brianna Kupfer. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous, is highly likely to be using public transportation, and if spotted, should not be approached.
We are topping over $250,000 for the capture and conviction of the suspects. This is important to bring more attention to this crime and to get more public response.
The reward coming after a tragic case of stranger violence. The UCLA grad student was working by herself in the middle of the afternoon at this high-end furniture store in Los Angeles. Authorities say the suspect, believed to be homeless and seen here on surveillance footage, walked in and stabbed her and then left through a back door. Kupfer's father speaking with us overnight.
It's the worst feeling I've ever had in my life. She was genuine and she was caring, she was loving, and she wanted things to be better.
This individual responsible for this vicious, senseless, and brutal crime, it walks amongst us.
That same day, a 70-year-old nurse, Sandra Shells, waiting for a bus in downtown Los Angeles, attacked by a different man who police also believe was homeless.
It's sad to hear, getting ready to retire, and this is what happens.
Los Angeles, like many other cities, has been gripped by a surge of violence in the past 2 years. In LA, homicides in 2021 were up more than 50% compared to 2019 before the pandemic. And in New York, 2 days after the attacks in Los Angeles, Michelle Go was pushed onto the tracks of an approaching New York City subway car, allegedly by this man.
Push the woman on the track? Yeah.
Investigators say he is homeless and emotionally disturbed with several prior arrests. But are the homeless any more dangerous than anyone else? According to LAPD open data, about 10% of the city's nearly 400 homicides in 2021 had a homeless suspect. But experts stress there is no national data suggesting that the homeless commit more acts of violence than the general public. And advocates for the homeless say people in that community are often the victims of crime.
What we've seen lately are just some nationally televised incidents that gathered a lot of national attention, and rightfully so. They're isolated incidents and nothing more than that. I really think it's important that we go back to providing more services for mentally ill individuals, particularly the homeless. And I think that that's part of the reason why we're starting to see individuals who are kind of stepping out of the norm, engaging in these violent crimes.
Pierre, the other big factor here, the surge of crime has coincided with the pandemic.
George, the spike in violence was pretty much in all parts of the country. There's not enough national data on crime involving the homeless to make any conclusions about trends for that population. What we do know is that the pandemic played a role in the overall spike, and that people in services have been stressed, and that impacts the homeless too.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robert.
Let me tell you something. More people are homeless because of the pandemic, and people are definitely a little more crazy because of the pandemic. And that in itself should have been a reason why they put more money into mental health services. They had started cutting down mental health services before the pandemic, and it was a detriment. It was definitely, we could see what was going on here in Chicago, where people were not getting the services they need. These people is crazy, okay? And some people can't help themselves. Some people want help, but then there are a lot of people who don't want help. I was researching that story about the man pushing, especially women on the train, okay? And it was able to walk away. Like, we're just letting things that don't need to be left alone and treated passively. You treat it passively, and then somebody gets hurt fatally or something like that. Then it's an uproar. No, we aren't addressing the problems as they happen, okay? I am curious of why this woman, just her reward value is $250,000. That's a hell of a lot of money. There's a hell of a lot of other women and a lot of people who are hurt and have been assaulted or their life have been taken, and they're never found. There's no reward or whatever. They're just thinking they're second-rate citizens. So I did find it interesting that her reward was $250,000, and that it made it all the way to Good Morning America. Amongst there's so many other people whose lives are lost. What about Brianna? What's her name? Brianna Cameron. There's a young woman here that's been missing since October of like 2020, and she's a mail carrier, okay? And she was delivering the mail and pregnant, and nobody has found her, and there's a reward on her head. There are so many people that we need to shine a light for. What are y'all doing? Why are you saying this place is overpopulated, but we can never find our missing women and children, our missing sons, okay? Everybody is disserviced. The people who are mentally touched and the people who are assaulted. And it's so often that people do crimes and they're put in jail instead of getting the help that they need. Okay. Hey, y'all coming on up in here. Hey. Hi, puppy. You smiling, but I'm doing the news. I don't care about you talking. Go ask her. I'm not taking nobody outside, okay? I'm not the one to talk to right now. Okay, we have another trigger warning here. This is a small story of violence, okay? This happened also in Houston, Texas. Y'all are getting it hard, Houston. Okay? You want to see the pup? Okay, I'll let you see the pup in a moment. If she come over, I don't know what she makes me allergic when she come over here. Come here, good. Greenie, come here. They want to see you on TV. That's what you want. We have a story here in Houston. Get up here. Say hi. Say hi. Need some help? Give me good. Come here. You are heavy. I'm sorry. I got you. Are you running out? You don't want to be up here? Because I hurt your arm? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, you want to get up here? Oh, you said you ain't got no problem. You okay? Okay, y'all, now you take y'all asses over there with that playing and shit before you knock my shit down. You too, daddy. Thank you, do the right thing. So yeah, they want to go outside. Our next story is teens. That was the girl. I think I was lifting her up. I think I hurt her underarm a little bit. She was like, hell no. Uh 3 teens that had it is an arm, ain't it? I don't know. A leg, 4 legs, arm, leg, 2 arms, 2 legs. Let me get to this story. 3 teens that it was a murder suicide down in Houston. Okay, and so we're going to take this story from it's the NBC Nightly News. This taken from KPRC as well. This is the shortened version of the story. It happened in like a suburb. It's in Crosby, Texas. Okay. Excuse me, they're gonna be noisy because they finna go outside. They got a PP. You got PP? You got PP? Yeah, you got PP. You want to come back up here for a second before I press this button? No? Okay. Don't get under my camera. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
There's a child involved. At the end of the day, we're all parents in some way and connected to young people, and it's extremely difficult when we're talking about young people.
Loved ones embrace each other after another gruesome discovery of 2 teenage girls and a teen boy inside this Crosby home in the 4500 block of Woolchick. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says as of now, investigators do not know if the 3 were related or lived at the home. He says the homeowner is out of town. Deputies interviewed other family members and witnesses trying to understand just what happened. Gonzalez says deputies did find a gun.
There is trauma. Again, it appears that we're seeing some evidence that this could be a case, again, of a double homicide and a suicide.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and break it.
So we'll still be developing that story as we go along. Again, can you imagine you being out of town and your kids was sitting up there doing some shit, probably had a party, probably did something, somebody else came in, and you no longer have children no more? And I can imagine like the sideways guilt that you have as a parent, thinking about how you could have done things differently. God bless that family. As I found out more information, I will let y'all know as the story develops. And hey, why are you bothered? Hey. Yeah. And so that was two, it was all teenagers. 2 girls and 1 boy in a murder suicide. So yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for popping in. And our last story today is much easier. Okay. Many of you have been hearing that the government is going to give us PPE and things, and they're going to give you Rona tests to have at home. So here's a little video by NBC, the Good Morning America, whatever, Today's Show, I'm sorry, to let you know how that you can get your PPE and where you can get it from. Okay, so here we go.
I think travelers have to remember, pack that mask. Just this morning, the White House announced they will be giving out
You don't need to pack the mask because you got to wear the mask.
Surgical N95 masks. They hope to have them available at pharmacies and health centers by early next month.
And the new government website to order free COVID tests is now live. I had about 40 texts yesterday from everybody signing up. So here with everything we need to know about tests and masks, with NBC News senior consumer investigative correspondent Vicki Wynn. A lot to talk about this morning.
So good to be with all of you. We got Paris, Dubai, I'm here with my mask.
Got it.
All right.
Do it.
You're the most important.
Yeah. So I mentioned yesterday, a lot of us got the text messages. Make sure you go to the website, sign up for these free COVID tests. But now we're talking about masks, which is a big deal. How does all of this work?
Right. So that's the strategic national stockpile. Really interesting what Jill just mentioned, 400 million masks. They'll probably be most widely available by February. You go to your local pharmacy or community health center. That's where you're going to get them. But talking about the tests, so covidtest.org, or .gov rather, covidtest.gov. That is the website you're going to want to go to. right now. You just click on order. It is so simple. Right there, that blue button takes you to the USPS website where you put in your name, your address, and your email address to get a notification that, yes, your 4 free tests are coming to you. It's 4 free tests per address. It takes about 30 seconds to fill out this form. Now, how long is it going to take to get the tests? 7 to 12 days is what they're saying from the time you place your order. There were some hiccups with people who lived in apartment buildings, but the government has said they have worked that out.
So now it's very confusing, even for me and for us, getting the right masks and getting the right tests, knowing if they're fakes or not. So I know you said there's a QR code with masks, but what about for tests?
Yes, so this is so important. You really want to start with the name of the test that you're ordering and go first to the FDA.gov website and run that test, the name down, just to make sure it's on the authorized list. One great way to do that is by starting at an authorized retailer. If you're buying it from the local drugstore, that's a good bet. If you're going to Amazon or Walmart.com, you recognize that name, but they use a lot of third-party sellers. So when you get the seller, I want you to Google that name along with the word scam, along with the word review. That will bring up any information that may have been written about that seller before you purchase. Always buy with a credit card for extra protection. And lastly, you want to think about when it comes to the pricing, price gouging. $15 to $30 is the average cost for 2 tests. Anything way below is a deal too good to be true. Anything way above is price gouging.
So what about inside testing? Now, when you walk around Manhattan and places in the cities, there are these pop-up tents.
Yes.
How do we know that these are really legit or not scamming you and just taking your money?
I was going to say that. It seems like every street corner now, there's a free COVID testing site and there's a tent. You walk in and you're not sure what's going on. So first, go with what your doctor would refer you to, or an established health clinic or one that's affiliated with a hospital. If you go into these pop-up clinics, sometimes they are totally legit. Just be sure they're not asking you for anything more than your name and your health insurance information. Al, if anybody's saying, oh, and can we get your social security number? Yeah. Red flag, stop, do not pass go, get up and leave.
Vicki, this is very good information this morning. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
In person.
Yes. All right.
Girl, the jab and the jab and the jab. And 15 different jabs and walk, walk by blue, blah, blah, bamboo tree, said all this. I'm tired now, boss. I'm tired. Okay, with this foolishness. Some old man-made thing. Child, okay. So I got to go to the website. This list is available for you to go back and rewatch the videos if you need to, okay? Go get your N95 mask if you so choosing your at-home test. I do recommend having at-home tests. I know it came in handy for me. I need to go get some more. Oh, excuse me. Keeping a test at home keeps you safe. It helps keep you safe and it keeps you in the know as if you're positive or not. Okay? You should know. And that's all we have today for national news. We did a few extra stories. And I thank you guys for being in here and hanging in here with me today. Being here, whether you're at work or at home, in your cars, at school, or whatever, that you take the time to listen to me, okay? Or if you're watching on the replay, again, if you have not, okay? And look, I forgot. Let me see if I got 1 second. I didn't add my daggone commercial. What is this? Let me see if I got one. Time to add. Okay, we'll see if it comes up. We need you to press the like button and the subscribe button. We are done with that. Also, if you would like to been in the bushes and listen. And I thank you. I thank you that y'all are enjoying the content. We see you later, Cheryl. Everybody that's here. Like I said, tell a friend. Continue. Even I see you people watching on Facebook. I thank you for the likes and the loves, and just share the content. Okay. Help a sister out. Help my channel build. Help me grow. And I'm on the road to 10,000. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. press like and subscribe to the channel because it keeps me in the algorithms. It keeps me going strong. It keeps me doing the things that I need to do. Also, again, I ask that you show your benevolence, whether it be $1, $2, $5, $105. Everything is appreciated and it is used as a business here at the House of the Princess. I do can't take cash apps. There we go. The cash app is right there. And also Venmo, PayPal, and what am I missing? Zelle. I got your Zelles, okay? And super chats are always appreciated here at the House of the Princess. And make sure you're following me on all social medias, even my Facebook page, Princess AV, and my Facebook group, House of the Princess, where I'll start putting these things in there. And I promise you, I'm going to get to cutting these shows up. I almost did the other day, but I'm definitely going to do it today. So while you're liking this video, I need to see the likes up. We're going to take a minute break. Look at my... Look, at the same time the kids came in. And thank you so much for getting those likes up. And guess what also happened? We got a new member to come in. Oh, what's going on? Yes. Let me take the print down. So we had a new member to come in as well. We thank you so much for your membership. It is greatly appreciated. You are officially a royal citizen. Welcome to the House of the Princess. Yes, let them put some respect on your name. You officially got your House of the Princess crowns and things and your emojis. So welcome to the House of the Princess. You are a card-carrying member here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, okay? And welcome. I love the intermission. Thank you. I'm going to try to do some little different things. I'm glad that you like it, okay? I'm glad you like it. So, yes, welcome to the House of the Princess. Okay. Yes, we try to be fancy. Okay. So we're gonna hurry up and try to breeze through the rest of these segments. And right now we are on a celebrity news. Okay, celebrity news is in the building. So our first story comes up to, let me see, is that on here? Because I had to help use someone else's content to use his content. Okay, and I'm gonna try to speed through this video as much as possible. This story is about Ray J. Last week he did a IG live talking about treat the woman right that wash your drawers. This man says that you should wear black underwear, men, so the women won't see the streaks in your drawers. Rather than encouraging, make sure you wash your ass right, okay? We're going to talk about the streaks in his drawers, you know, and what kind of man. I question the man that got doodle stains in the back of his drawers on more than one level. But I'm just saying.
Fellas, treat your woman that's washing your drawers right, man. Treat the woman that's washing your drawers with the utmost and highest respect. Okay? Now, if you're washing your own drawers, what you should is wash your drawers here. That shit called rope. That shit raw. shit roll. I'm trying to get that nigga like Young Thug or something on it. That's the homie. Get a fit. I don't even be doing music. I was just vibing. I'm saying that shit roll. Soldier Boy was the first rapper.
Okay.
So look, if you wash your own clothes, that's cool. But if you don't respect the person who washing them, and if you especially if you wearing white drawers or briefs.
And look at some of these people in their comments.
If you wearing white drawers or white briefs, and the person who washing your clothes definitely can see the doodle streaks coming out sometimes for white drawers.
Why do you have
all you gotta do is wear
skid marks? Right, Black Diamond? Why do you have them?
That's my lesson for the day, fellas. Listen, it's real. It's real. White drawers. You want to be washing your own white drawers. You don't want nobody in there in the washing machine with you, especially if you just had a day where you was moving around, trying to run around, get shit done. You took a shit, you moved around. No. You get me?
No, sir. You take a shit and you wash your ass. You wipe your ass. And now they have wipes. They even got dude wipes. Okay, dude wipes. Okay, you know, I don't care what you would like T said, Terrence over there giving you the real T said, the Cottonelle. Now we use Cottonelles here in my house, okay, because I be getting them on sale and things, but whatever you use, a wash rag, whatever, wash your ass, wipe your ass. You don't even have to be that damn fancy, okay? Just wipe your booty hole, okay? What kind of trifling shit is this? I've never heard of such.
So out of respect, if somebody is washing your white drawers, don't ever have an attitude with them. Don't ever get funky with them, because all they gotta do is just say, "Hold on, let me just go get these doodle streaks and go down here and put people back in play." You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to talk too much about it. It's just a lesson to avoid that, and the fellas to keep your sexy and your cool with that, walking around the house with your shirt off, being fly. Black drawers, man.
It's sexy if your ass don't stink. Because if you sitting up here and you got doodle between your ass cheeks, that means your ass cheeks stink and your balls stink too.
You don't deserve white, so you don't wear white. White's all you want. White underwear is gonna probably, maybe, just maybe, find something to hold on to. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
men don't use wet wipes.
Your family member.
What kind of shit is this?
Whatever. I'm not even gonna mention it to him. Just keep washing them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think you should definitely respect the people washing your drawers, man. Especially if they white. So if they gray, oh my God, gray gonna hit you too. Gray, blue might. So, you know, nah. I've been wearing black drawers for a long time. I done been avoided the doodle streak look. I'm just
because you got doodle streaks. You learned as a child, and Mama Norwood has failed you, sir.
Back scrub. You know how many people went and got their back scrubbers? 96% of people that I asked how they wash their back, they was like, not my whole back.
Look, that girl said if you keep having streaks, then maybe you should go to the doctor, sir.
Like, when the last time you washed your back? All the way from the middle. From the middle all the way around your back, got a good scrubbing like you scrub your arm. Think about it. Shit, probably never. You can't count Valentine's Day when somebody washed your back for you and it was romantic, because they just rubbed, you know what I'm saying?
I'm done with this. I'm done with this foolishness and this fool. Okay, did you say? That's why he's just Brandy's brother. The doo-doo streaks. Sonya was too busy with Brandy. I guess, honey. I ain't never talked to no grown man that admits to having doo-doo stains on his drawers. Okay, you know, as a woman, shit stain rate. Y'all crazy. If I was as a woman had doo-doo streaks in my drawers on arbitrarily on any day, they would talk bad about me. Okay, you would say that I'm a nasty wench. So what's the difference from him? Is he having somebody go to the back door and they don't thank him before they exit? I'm just saying. Ooh, Cole done came up out the woodwork talking about he nasty. Hey boo. I don't I don't know what kind of shit is this. It's not normal, okay? And the fact that some people will co-sign into that shit is even worse, okay? Wash your ass, okay? And if you're on the right diet, the boo-boo is just supposed to come out. It's not supposed to be messy like that. I don't know. There's so many degrees to this. Like I said, your ass stinks if you got skid marks, okay? Because eventually, and that rubbing all on your skin, you know, he's not cleaning his ass as a grown man. My man will take a whole shower if he feel like he got mud. But yes, run, princess, baby. I'm not even going that way. Okay, and I do wash the drawers, and I do look at the drawers. I'm that person. I'm that girl. Okay, we're not going too far. If I see your drawers on the floor, and you can get the fuck on. Okay, we don't do nasty men's. We don't do nasty men's. Okay, nasty men's. Ray J, you're not gonna live this one down with me. He said, "Damn right." I look to see what kind of habits you got just as much as y'all look at how many habits I got. Okay, and that nasty ass is a deal breaker because you want me to suck your thing from the back or lick your balls. You got doo-doo chips by your balls. Sorry, Black Diamond. I'm just being, candid. No, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. You want me to put my face anywhere in that? Mm-mm. No, because you nasty. Okay. Skid marks on the scooty bike. You stupid. Not the skid mark. I gotta put that on the screen. Skid marks on the scooty bike. Ooh, child. Our next story is Mr. Kanye West. He's been in my news every session the last couple of weeks. I love me some Kanye with his little crazy self. Okay. So he went on a rant on Sunday and Friday and Monday about his baby mama. And he came out with a song saying he was going to beat Pete Davidson's ass, about Kim. He loves the salaciousness of it all and the attention. Okay. I did accuse him of being a fuck boy, and he still is. Okay. But I do believe that he was right in some things. Yeah, I went and got my nails done on Saturday. So Saturday morning, and there y'all go. I got to put on Instagram. Okay. He went Saturday was the birthday party of his daughter's Chicago in conjunction with Stormy, Travis Scott, and Kylie Jenner's baby. So they had this big, great, grandiose birthday party, but he went on a rant talking about Kim being on fuck shit. And one thing about it is that he wanted to be at the child's birthday party and nobody would tell him where the birthday party is, especially that damn Kris Jenner. So when it was all said and done, there is another live. He was live, and he rarely goes live. So he's been very vocal a lot lately. He said Travis Scott told him where the party is. So I have one comment about that, but we're going to talk about it after we watch the story here, brought to you by Entertainment Tonight.
Chicago West and Stormy Webster celebrate their 4th birthdays with an over-the-top bash. The theme? Barbie and LOL surprise dolls. The backyard celebration was a joint party for Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner's little girls.
I mean, it's so exciting.
The lavish party featured a giant pink balloon wall with their names on it. Shy's in Barbie font and Stormy's in LOL surprise font.
So cute.
Shy and Stormy also had similar custom cookies on their epic dessert table, which displayed their perfectly themed birthday cakes. And that table caught the eye of Auntie Kourtney Kardashian. That's the Boosh founder smelling her way through all the sweets.
Okay. I just got one problem. I know they finna rewind this. I had to take this. This shit pissed me the fuck off. Especially Kourtney talking about she's so clean and gluten-free and all of this shit. That really pissed me off that this wench sat up here and had her funky ass nose all over the food and literally touched the cotton candy and put the shit back. Get your nasty ass away from the fucking table.
Watch that one more time. But it doesn't end there. Check out this ice cream truck and huge ball pit filled with what else? LOL surprise dolls, which True took full advantage of.
Bye.
The whole day was a family affair. The birthday girl's cousin, Dream Kardashian, Rob Kardashian's daughter, was also there getting her face painted. Of course, Stormy's dad, Travis Scott, was there as the Goosebumps rapper holding his little girl. And yes, the giant Stormy World head made an appearance as well.
My daughter, I'ma show what it took.
And Mama Kylie, who's expecting her second child with the musician, took a moment to show off her growing baby bump in her chic pink ensemble.
I love it.
Another dad at the party, Kanye West. Although the day originally got off to a rocky start when Ye claimed in a video shared on Instagram that his estranged wife, Kim, wouldn't tell him the location of the party, he eventually made it. Atiana De La Hoya, Travis Barker's stepdaughter, shared this video. Yep, that's Ye chatting with Kris Jenner at the event.
You just gotta roll with it.
Now, the Grammy winner is currently co-parenting Shy and his 3 other kids with Kim.
What the fuck was Kris Jenner wearing? Was she in the Matrix? Like, was she covered in COVID? I'm sorry, I didn't notice this before. What the fuck are you wearing at the child's party? Okay, you got boots on and a jacket on. I mean, they look like they're going to go on a covert mission. I don't know.
Just gotta roll with it.
Now, the Grammy winner is currently co-parenting Shy and his 3 other kids with Kim, North, Saint, and Saul. But the proud parents are moving on with their love lives. The beauty mogul is currently dating SNL star Pete Davidson.
I like you just the way you are. Now, are you gonna kiss me or not?
I sure am, Jasmine.
As for Kanye, he's spending time with actress Julia Fox. The two have been very open with their relationship so far. Just check out their steamy photo shoot shared by Interview magazine. But last week, a source told ET Kanye is, quote, trying to make Kim jealous by being very public with Julia. Turns out, Kim isn't fazed by it. Another source tells ET, quote, Kim wants to move on from Kanye, so she isn't bothered that Julia and Kanye are seeing each other. Kim is happy if Kanye is happy, and she is glad that he's putting his energy into someone else romantically.
Thank you, E.T., for that report. Right, I was looking like one got a tank top on, the other one she got a trench coat on. Like, is it hot or cold down there, down to the California? What was essentially put out later is that Kanye says that Travis Scott called him and gave him the address to the party. So what that let me know is Kanye was a guest of Kylie and Travis to the birthday party, because it probably was majority of their birthday party more than Chicago anyway. And they were the ones to let him in. I do think that she may have, this is my speculation here, that Kim may have been a little bit upset because he fucked her over New Year's and to be with his wench, his new lady, I guess. And she asked him to babysit so she could go be with Pete Davidson. And Kanye was like, fuck no. So I think that might have been a little bit payback, but please, birthdays and shit like that, don't use that as time to fight. okay, and use the children as pawns. Whatever's going on between y'all need to stop it. Okay. Deal with the children separately. Y'all are going to start using those children as pawns, and it's not going to be a good look between the two of you. Um, I'm thankful that somebody had some sense and said, "Come on here and come to the birthday party." He should have been intricate in that birthday party, even if he didn't want to be. He should have known every inch of that party. He should have been able to be privy to what time it starts and ends, whatever. I do know that he has been problematic with his rules and regulations. That's just simply he's an old school parent and he's not progressive in this new shit and our kids on the internet and all of that stuff. So I understand Kanye, but y'all need to have a median, okay? Y'all have been parenting well all this time. I think y'all can do it. I know y'all can do it. Y'all need to just stop being petty. Okay. Our next story is an unfortunate story. Fashion fashion legend and icon Andre Leon Talley has passed away at the age of 74. This story is brought to you by Entertainment Tonight.
Andre Leon Talley has died. He was 73 years old.
You know, in the hard times we live in, women want to buy things where at first they want to be seen, they want to feel good, they want to know that they have bought a look that makes them stand out.
Andre was a celebrated editor and creative director at Vogue magazine throughout the 80s and 90s and a groundbreaking figure in the LGBTQ plus community.
I've never seen a disaster on the red carpet. I'm always looking for the best dress, and as I said, I'm looking also for the people who are going to try to be Mutual Prada or Rihanna. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh my goodness.
Andy Cohen reacted to his death while taping Watch What Happens Live.
Andre was such an incredible life force. I mean, when I think of him, he just was boisterous. He was bold. He was lively. We loved having him here. He had a booming voice. He just gave so much energy and love to everyone around him at all times, and he really was a trailblazer.
Longtime friend and colleague Diane von Furstenberg shared a tribute to Instagram, writing, quote, "Goodbye, darling Andre. No one saw the world in a more glamorous way than you did. No one was grander and more soulful than you were. The world will be less joyful."
I know you. I know you.
Hi. Andre was a frequent staple on the red carpet later in life, oftentimes joining ET as a fashion correspondent while talking to the stars.
Thank you. I saw your list. I was very pleased.
And you were on top of my list.
You had a couple of my dresses in there. I was very flattered.
In his final interview with ET, Andre shared his biggest career highlight during his time at Vogue.
My proudest Vogue moment was to have been assigned to do the first interview profile on Michelle Obama when she became the first African-American Black First Lady. I went to Washington in December before the inaugural. I was so proud. And I only wish my grandmother who raised me had been here, had lived long enough to see me. That cover, it sits on my coffee table in my living room. That is my proudest moment.
I would have loved to meet him. Okay. He seems like he was a gag. Also, it's rumored that parts of the character Nigel in The Devil Wears Prada was regarded to him. You know, he has worked for Vogue. Oh shit, sorry. He worked for Vogue for so long, and he was a staple. He helped. Oh shit, gone somewhere. Helped create a whole styling of the magazine. He's a legend. He's one of the few people that you can say is really ahead of their time. Okay. I'm sure he was fun. He was great. Rest in peace. Rest in power. My condolences go out to the family. Okay, and now we have our last celebrity news, and I use celebrity in the loosest term. Okay. I want to talk about this girl Ari, and I'm still trying to find the rest of the stories. They're here on the Neighborhood Talk and IG. First, last week I forgot to report that this girl Ari Fletcher, she is now an influencer, and the definition of the good and bad reasons why we have the internet. Okay. She is a girl from Chicago, allegedly, and she is known for originally being the baby's mother to G Herbo. Okay. He's from over on the east side of Chicago. And now she is the lover of rapper Moneybagg Yo. Okay. So last week she was dropped as an influencer for, oh, is this Lizzo's ass? Oh, shit. I can't even find the damn story, and it wasn't that far off. She was an influencer and was working in partnership with Savage Fenty as, oh damn, it's further than that, as an ambassador. And then she was quickly dropped, and I might not find this story, because she said some sideways shit. And I had it before. I'm sorry, y'all. She said some sideways dismissive shit about domestic violence. So we all know that Rihanna suffered domestic violence with Chris Brown, and she don't think it's funny. But this is what she said. I think this is one of the things she said. She said people just do it to get attention. I'm trying hard as fuck to get. I wanted to find the original thing. I'm going to share this story. This is from another news outlet that has it, but they got advertisement all on the shit, and I wanted to just go straight to the motherfucking story, and it's irritating me. And they have so many stories about this girl, and who? Yeah, I know. I was looking for you to say I don't know her either. Applehead. Ooh, child. It was dope what that girl said. But she's where's this damn story? Okay, we'll take it from here. I wanted to take it directly from the source, and I can't find it. And we're gonna talk about two stories involving this silly ass girl named Ari. I just hate these sites with all this damn advertisement on it. Okay, so this is a story where she let me see if it opens direct. It wouldn't open directly to that, where she says about her relationship with Moneybagg Yo and how they relate to one another via the Neighborhood Talk. Okay. No, I don't want you to click it over there. Oh, now you want to give it to me. Oh, damn it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I got it directly. Let's try sharing it again. Yeah, in the meantime, y'all press that like button. Give a sister some encouragement. Okay, here we go. This silly shit here. Okay. And the story via the Neighborhood Talk is Ari said she used to want Moneybagg Yo to pull his gun out to stop her from leaving him. Pull your gun out and show me. So this is the original thing about the domestic violence.
Make me feel like Bitch, how old is you? Like, grow the fuck up.
Oh, he
do.
gets you.
Yeah, he do that to me. And he makes me be like, okay, let me. Because I used to pack my shit up. Like, bitch, I'm lit. Fuck you.
That's
Facebook in the
me.
flight. Really never booked the flight. Facebook in the flight. Like, how long like, bitch, book me a flight home. Fuck this nigga. You know, call my mama, throwing shit, breaking shit, fighting, and then like, now you gotta stop me from leaving. But I would never go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, you talking about.
Pull your gun out and show me like, bitch, leave. I wish you would walk out the door.
Right. She gonna shine. She gonna shine.
We don't do this shit in Chicago. Stop putting that shit on Chicago.
I'm gonna just
Shit is
stand
dumb.
because I got a son. I'm not trying to die. I got a son. So I'm only staying because I got a son. I don't want you to shoot me.
That's the most Chicago shit I've ever heard in my life.
It has nothing
should
to
be
do
like
with
under the
Chicago. That's
flag.
ignorant.
It should be just like that.
Yeah.
A Chicago love story. I'm here for it.
That's ignorant. It's not Chicago. That is not the way we
You
operate.
apologize?
No, I just said we talk about it. No, because he make me feel like, bitch, how old is you? Like, grow the fuck up.
Oh, he gets you.
So that whole thing is ignorant as fuck, okay? That has nothing to do with Chicago. Please, 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 please don't put that ignorant shit on Chicago. That's something wrong with that little girl. And this is the thing with that, okay? People are steady following this girl, okay? I'm about to read down this girl. Like, but then it was another tweet that she came out with was like, or what, Instagram. Y'all just be wanting a motherfucker to say something to you. You talk about domestic violence to get attention. Oh, here we go. This is the one I want. How can I get this one to open? This was what she said in response because people was talking about her and this damn gun shit. Okay. And this is what caused also Rihanna to drop her from Fenty.
That much to do that. Two, y'all are.
I got so much power over the internet, it's scary. Out of all the funny real shit we talked about, y'all chose to use the topic of guns. This is so sad. It's proof that y'all just want to really bash a motherfucker. Y'all find the negative shit in everything and try to blow it up. I was exaggerating. Nobody wants to gun pull on them. Please shut the fuck up.
One, you're ugly. You don't even have a man, first of all, who wants to pull out a gun on you, especially to not leave. Nobody wants to do that, okay? Not to you. Nobody even cares about you that much to do that. Two, y'all are in the comments like, oh, when I was in a relationship, this boy put out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We don't care. We don't care. We do not care at all. Like, we don't care. We don't care. We just don't care. One time my boyfriend, so what? So what? And now what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Y'all trying to victim. You want to be a victim so bad. Why you want to be a victim so bad? I know I look crazy. Y'all know right. But like, we do not, I swear, I promise to Jesus, we do not care. Like, one,
There's something wrong with this whole scenario. Okay, and again, I'm gonna show one more thing that she did with Angela Yee earlier this week. Her sexcapades, and we'll be done with her. My whole thing is, who is Ari? I know they probably like, who is you? But there are so many young girls. Oh, I want to be like Ari. Ari's the shit. I didn't even know her till she just kept coming against my feet. Okay. And I want to say that I'm glad that she flipped her situation into being an entrepreneur. But this is a young girl that goes to the School of Thotonomics. She is known for nothing more than to give her pussy away. She fucked the right person. That's it. She had a baby by one rapper and she stopped fucking him to go fucking suck on another rapper. Okay. And they have had domestic violence issues out there in the middle of the street. This shit ain't cute. That is nothing to inspire your life for, to try and be about. Please raise your daughters better than to just think that all of their worth is in their vagina. And then after she used her vagina, she used their money to build a body, bought some titties, bought some ass, bought some lips, bought some eyes, bought a BBL, and sitting up there clapping her ass in front of her son for this nigga's birthday. What's to it? Because I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And this is what the fuck you want your daughters to be like. Nothing in their head. It's all in their ass. But you can buy a pair of sheets from her, though. That's the only thing I give you. At least you flipped your money and flipped your money and got you a couple of dollars. But you still teaching young girls, use your pussy and you could get what you want.
I'm really into girls, like on my own. Like I don't have threesomes, like because that's what he want to do. Like that's what I want to do. Yeah, like I really like women. Like I'm into women.
So you're bisexual?
Yeah, I dated. Like I've been in a real relationship with a girl for 3 years. Like I've had sex with numerous women.
Why did you and your girlfriend break up?
That shit just get toxic. It was real toxic. Fighting, going to the hospital now.
Gigi always used to say she wanted to get married and have a girlfriend too.
I did at one point.
Yeah,
I changed my mind.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm strongly considering.
Yeah,
I want to be the girlfriend, and she's my girlfriend, and just fun for him. I don't.
Yeah,
that's how I wanted to like her for real. And I wanted, but I had sex with a woman before a man. Like I'm really into girls. Like on my own. Like I don't have threesomes. Like because that's what he want to do.
I'm not knocking, if you are a part of the LGBT community. I'm not knocking polygamy. It's just this shit sounds just, girl, you don't know what you want from day to day. Okay, this shit is this. Go ahead, just be like her. Her face is huge. She's had fillers and shit all in her face. Her eyebrows all the way back. That's Hollywood telling our children, our young girls, get all this shit done and it makes you cute. She was a cute girl before that. Yes, attention seeking. This is sad. I'm telling you, this is sad of what is sad for what we have for our kids, our future, our girls, our young women. Because she is worship. Ooh, look at Ari. Look at Ari. She doing it. She doing it. She doing it. She doing it. Yeah, she doing it. Yeah, she got a check mark because she's known as G Herbo's baby mama and Young Moneybag Yo's baby mama. Meanwhile, her and G Herbo be fighting back and forth about the baby and all of this shit. Like is they do ghetto shit. They do ghetto shit. Unnecessary. She's jealous of his baby mama, but you over here with this man. I hear about it from Words on the Curb, and I don't like to talk about these people because it's like you a black Kardashian. That's it. What is the point? What is the reason? Okay. Let me wrap up this news. Okay. So that's all we have, okay, for for celebrity news today. I'm done. Okay. And that is a F list celebrity. You know, what is Jada Nerd loves to say, of marginal fame. Okay. I don't know her. I just wanted to put that stuff out there because it seemed that every other day lately they're talking about her, and I'm like, what talent does she have? I would like to know that she's in the papers, in the news, other than your Eagles, girl. I would like to know. I would honestly like to know, why is she relevant? Okay. Because I don't follow people, that you just famous for your pussy. Because that's all I see. And you had plastic surgery. Even went out to the concert, you could see the other side of her titties taped up. Like, no. We are lost. We are lost. Okay? Please like this video and subscribe. Okay? Like and subscribe the video. If somebody could tell me what's toward the end, fine. I'll congratulate her. But I don't see nothing. She used her coochie and she flipped her money. She flipped her money. So now she got her own money. That's it. Make sure that you follow the page, hit the notification bell, that you always know when I'm gonna go live or when I have a live. So I thank you guys for hanging in there. And what we're gonna do, because I got some things to do, we are going to do YouTube news. Okay, YouTube news is kind of short and sweet. She's allegedly started a nonprofit domestic violence. That's PR marketing scheme. You got to get out your domestic violence situation before you start helping others with domestic violence. You have to understand what that shit is. Because staying with a man that pulls your wig off and sit up there and fight with you in the streets with guns and shit, that ain't cute. That's not cute. Yeah, she's somebody's mother. I seen a video of her was clapping her ass, bent all over to celebrate her man's birthday, but the little boy was sitting in her room. Like, thank you, Robin. Damage control, we don't believe it. Right. She got to learn something first. She's still a young girl herself. In her 20s. Child. Let me have been 20-some years old. And I was with her and all this stuff. And baby, you wouldn't have been able to tell me nothing. She walks red carpets, all of that. Like, they know her. And I'm like, I do know her. But I guess more power to you, girl. More power to you, girl. So, of course, I'm not finna talk about Tasha K. Okay? Everybody wants to talk about Tasha K. I'm not talking about her today. I talked about her last week. We talked about Tasha K. The court is still going on. Dennis Byron went live earlier, so I think he's going to do a live later, seeing what happens in court today, or happened in court today, because it's 5:30 right now in Georgia. The next story is we have Ms. Val. Ms. Val has gone live. I still need to talk to you, Ms. Val. Send a shout out. Ms. Val is gone live. She's getting stronger. Thank you, Jesus. Let's continue to pray for Ms. Val. I still want to do something for Ms. Val with the subscribers and other content creators. I have not forgot, just that the enemy attacked my body and I got sick and was in the hospital. So I still would like to do something to celebrate Ms. Val. Meanwhile, Ms. Val wants everybody to stop fighting, if possible. To drop your flag, drop your gang flags, or whatever, and just have some peace. But one thing she has said is, which I agree with, as I said last week, we need to cancel John Yates. Last night, if you go to the John Yates channel, I might have gotten through 5 or 10 minutes of that shit thus far. He has made a video denouncing the allegations and the narrative that has been placed on him. The part that I saw, he was talking about his granddaddy God bless your granddaddy was attacked and talking about some other shit, and he's always the victim. He had two of his favorite people on the panel with him. But I don't give a fuck about that shit he talking about. I really don't give a fuck. This white man said nigger, okay? Oh, I meant to put my little thing up here. Well, let me find it, okay? Let me find it because I want to do my spiel. So, because this is what some white folks do, okay? I know it's in here. He said the word nigger. And it's funny when it's on cartoon. This was funny to me, okay? But when he says it's not funny, and it, like I said last week, that's not the first time he said it. It's obvious that it's in his vocabulary. Okay. And this was real news. Matter of fact, yeah, let me find the news story for this. I always have a hard time. Oh, no wonder I didn't spell the shit right. It's a cartoon, okay? Where he said nigger versus nigga. And he was white, okay? White people, you cannot say this. And the fact that he got mad and said, well, Jolene says it. Well, I've never heard Jolene say it. And if she said it, then I would cancel her too, okay? But it doesn't matter who else says it. You have to check your own behavior. We didn't need an hour and a half video or you saying, they said it. It's not fair that they could. No, check yourself. We don't give a fuck about all that shit. All that should have been said was, I'm sorry. We know you're going to say it again, but at least you could have played that off and be like, I'm sorry. Okay. And let it go. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is the episode. It's like 6 minutes. And this is like a real news story. This is a real white man said this shit for real. Okay. I'm going to add it, even though I need to be getting out of here. But the shit was funny when you knew that this white man said this shit in real life. This was a cartoon. Thank you, Candace. That was based on a real life news story, if I can find it. And yes, it is a petition going around to cancel John Yates. I don't think that's going to really help. I do think that a lot of times that white people need to be taught better. Some people cannot be taught better, but you need to try at least teach you. You can't say nigga. You can't say nigger. Okay, nothing. And you lucky you over there, because a lot of people would have beat your ass. Okay, it's a racial slur. Okay, and it's demeaning to black people in all forms of fashions. It don't go in your vocabulary, motherfucker. Okay, you don't want nobody calling you the F word or nobody calling you anything derogatory of your sexuality. It equates the same to us. You don't get to say it. If I don't get to call you all kind of things or call you racial slurs, you cannot do the same.
Racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a Jefferson County high school teacher has now received the longest suspension on record for calling a student the N-word. WHAS defender Renee Murphy investigates what happened and why in this story you'll only see on 11.
It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a J. Edgar Hoover elementary teacher has now been suspended over calling a student the N-word. Stacey Renee
investigates what happened and why.
What did he say specifically to you?
Sit down, nigga.
Keyshawn Chambers is a freshman at Valley High School, a Boy Scout, a football player, a member of the ROTC, an honor roll student. He was hanging around his teacher's classroom door in December. The teacher told him to sit down, and the teacher says that Keyshawn used the N-word first.
And what did he say specifically to you?
He said, sit down, nigga.
Riley Freeman is a third grade student at J. Edgar Hoover Elementary School. He's a basketball player, an avid reader, and one day hopes to spread his philosophy through rap music. He was in class when he had a verbal exchange with his teacher, Joe Petto. But Mr. Petto said it was Riley who used the N-word first.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
The school district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
Oh, I told him to take his seat, and here comes this barrage of insults. I mean, some of the words I've never even heard before, and I was just stunned. And I said, well, sit down, nigga. I just repeated the insult back to him because that's what I've been trained to do.
That is not what he's been trained to do.
I said it and for some, and I didn't say it, and no one else in the class knows that I said it because I didn't.
Documents from the school investigation show that several of the students interviewed from Valley did not hear Keyshawn say the N-word first.
But Riley Freeman denies he used the N-word first.
He said, I used the word before, but I didn't. I wouldn't use that word ever. That word hurts people.
Dawson says that students use the slang version of the N-word at Valley High School all the time. He says N-I-G-G-E-R is a racial slur, but says that students use N-I-G-G-A as often as they say dude or hey man. And Dawson says as much as he does not like the word, he still uses the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and I'm trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga. Yeah, you know, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. You know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
Mr. Petto claims the version of nigger ending in ger is the racial slur, but that he was using a different version of the word ending in ga that means the same as buddy or best pal. He insists that he was using the friendly version of the N-word to better relate to Riley.
I used the word. I admit it. I thought there was a difference between nigger and nigga. I thought I understood this whole thing, but I guess I don't. I need help. Whenever I hear the rappers, they say, nigga! It's in all the music. Look. Rap songs that use the word nigga in a positive way. There's tons of them. Real nigga roll call. Niggas bleed. Nigga my nigga. Niggas life. Real niggas don't die. Shame on a nigga. Suck a nigga. Ain't no nigga.
The school is investigating the incident, but in the meantime, Mr. Petto has been put on unpaid leave.
I just couldn't believe it because nobody ever called me a nigga before.
And how did it make you feel?
Like I was less than a person.
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was suspended for 10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training. He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using the N-word.
I will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
No, you're not.
He is sorry for the way things were handled, but Keyshawn says that he is not looking for any apologies.
Apologizing is going to change the fact that it happened and he's not been punished.
And punishment in your mind is?
Not having his job anymore.
What I don't understand is that if it's so offensive to them, then why do they say it over and over again?
So Riley said the N-word before you did that morning.
He says it every morning. He calls me nigga. He calls the other kids nigga. He calls himself nigga all the time. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga please, bitch nigga, nigga, have you lost your mind? Nigga, check that hoe. Nigga, you bullshitting. Break yourself, nigga. He says it so much I don't even notice it anymore. Last week in lunch, Riley says to a classmate, "Can a nigga borrow a French fry?" And my first thought wasn't, oh my God, he said the word, the N-word. It was, now how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry? Nigga, is you gonna give it back? I'm telling you, my inside voice didn't talk like that before he got in my class.
Besides, it's yeah.
Hey, Nelson, he's really hurt. Said ha ha.
Lord, and this probably gonna have all kind of copyright or ad suitabilities in this video, but I don't care. That's how stupid John Yates sounds, even in the first 2 minutes. Nigga, they get to say nigga and nigga. No, sir. You look like an idiot. You do not get to say the N-word in no shape, form, or fashion. I'm Black and I try not to say the word, okay? Especially on the air. You know, I can't attest to what you do at kitchen table talk, because that's your kitchen table. But you should never be mad that you can't say it. So that was indicative of your thoughts and your behavior and, you know, what you think about Black people. And we are constantly here persuaded that, you know, a lot of people say, oh, John's not racist. And I respect your opinions. But as a Black person who is victimized by this behavior your whole life just for being in existence, we do not take it lightly. And those are microaggressions that he has done also. Besides this is just not new. We know the little shit that he says and does and harasses. It's not good. It's not favorable. I will sign a petition. I'm agreeing with cancel John Yates, but I don't think he'll ever be canceled, and I'm really not worried about it, because even in that, I believe even if you are a racist or you're a white supremacist or a Black supremacist, whatever you are, you're free to have your thoughts. You're free to be who you want to be and say what you want to say. But I'd rather be able to respect your ass because you stood up in that shit. So if you think I'm a nigga, I want you to say, I don't like you niggas. Okay? So I can see who I'm fucking with. The most worst enemy is the enemy that I can't see. Because I would respect you more if you just said, yeah, I say nigger. I say nigger from time to time. I'm sorry for saying it, or I'm not sorry for saying it. But sir, whatever you doing, cause cut the shit and stand up in it. Because I can coexist with racists. I know a lot of them. I work with them, fucks with them. Okay, I'll tell you a white joke just like you tell a Black joke. Stand up in it. Whatever it is. Because there are plenty of people that would appreciate him calling us niggers. And that's just the way of the world. That's just the way of the world. I will share the petition. It was sent to me like Miss Val sent it to me in my inbox on Instagram. I'll put it in the link in the description box as well. And I'll put it in the community tab. This is one time that people are trying to come together. In the case of John Yates, this hopefully will be the last time that I will say anything about it. Why? Because it gives him attention. Now everybody wants to go over there and watch that motherfucking video, and the one where he apologized to us. I won't give you that kind of light over here, sir. Go to jail, go to hell. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not moved. I'm not, alarmed by it. I've been seen and called enough niggers in my life and followed around the store. My whole family is Southern, okay, and half black, half white. Uh, over in the 13 colonies, in those areas where I had to go to New Hampshire and stuff, where it's all white and you're the only black person. I know racism. Just don't touch me, okay? That's it. That's all. Just don't fucking touch me. And threaten my space. Then we have problems even here in Chicago. Sitting there talking to my good girlfriend at the bus stop. And it's about that time for these folks that had down here that had a little parade, little Irish parade. Ain't bothering nobody. You niggers. We in a progressive city. You ain't even supposed to be acting like that. But it happens. It happens. So let's also, black folks, if we're going to make our outrage, we're going to have outrage, let's make sure we don't have selective outrage. Let's not be outraged just because it's JY. Let's band together. Get all your little friends that don't act right and put them on the table. Okay, burden them at the stake. It starts with one, but let it not end with none. Okay. I feel like she got a small. Yeah, them people I still would buy something for Paula Deen. Still get her recipes off the internet. I try not to, like I said, but a Southern woman. I'm not surprised. That's the way they're raised, and they're not around black people like that. It's just, it becomes common, a part of their culture. So sometimes I don't fault them for that. I'm not saying it's right by no means at all. It's wrong. But some people are raised in a certain way and it's natural to them. And if you are not in an interracial environment, racism is just a natural part of your life, and you don't even know that racism is a natural part of your life. And that goes for black people too. Y'all don't be around white people and y'all say some racist shit. Y'all don't be around other races and y'all do racist shit. We all have a tendency to do really racist shit because we're not trained in other cultures and being around other people. And we have to all do better. He goes, on like the channel, I don't watch no more, so I do not watch him. Right. Now, do I think they got a lot of fuck shit going on? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So please work towards, if you want to cancel JY, there is a petition out. I'll put it in the description box that y'all request, and I'll share it somehow on the community tab and on the internet. I went over my show that I thought I was going to do, but I thank y'all for coming. Again, this has been 50/50 News. I'll be back on Friday, hopefully with some good news. Less dark than it was today, okay? But make sure you're following me on all social media platforms, whether it be on TikTok, Instagram or Facebook. I'm on all platforms, either Princess M2K or House of the Princess also. I appreciate your benevolence. Please send super chats and cash apps to help me keep the lights and the internet on. I had to pay the internet bill today, okay? And it was past due because I forgot. But to buy equipment, to upgrade things just to keep me going, to keep me living, because you are my job. And I love coming to work with you. And I appreciate all of the love and support and the encouragement that y'all have given me. Also, if you haven't pressed the like button, make sure that you press the like button, okay? And subscribe to help me out, okay? We're on the road to 10,000 and we on our way. Please give me 10,000 for my birthday, okay? On the road to 10,000. Go to my websites, get your merch. I got a Young Bella shirt on today. Yes. The Tatas is in the building, or the knockers, as Jaded Nerd would say. Also, sign up for Intimate Dutchess so we can get the over the shoulder boulder holders for you as well. in stock. We have all of that. I have so much to give you, so much to offer. Today I was wearing gems, okay? Gems from Royalty Beauty Brands, the Young Bella lip gloss. I think I've covered everything that I'm going to cover. Okay, I just thank you for y'all for spending your afternoon with me and your work day or your off day, whatever it is. You could have been with anybody and you could have been on anybody's channel, but you are here with me. And if you're watching on the replay, I appreciate that too. Press the notification bell that you'll always know when I am going live. This has been 50/50 News with Princess AV. Now it's time for me to turn out the palace lights. I love you all. If nobody else loves you, I do, and God does as well. Go hug your kids. Go hug your loved ones. Tell someone you sorry, okay? And go walk your kids out in nature and have a wonderful day. Bye.